Welcome back to Star Trek Las Vegas. I am your unofficial host, Heather Ferris, and I am joined with Fred and Rocky, and we are going to watch the bridge crew of Discovery talk about their experiences on the show, and I know I am really looking forward to seeing this. Shall we get to it, you guys?
Get on with it. Let's make it so. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm just going to cut to the chase. Where the hell did you go?
That's what everyone wants to know.
Damn. I mean, okay, so I sit down at the beginning of the season. I'm like, let's go, Discovery, season 2. Let's do this Discovery. And from the moment the episode begins, when Christopher Pike, played by Anson Mount, steps off the bridge, woo indeed. Woo indeed, because Discover, immediately, it set the tone for every single moment in season 2 that followed. So when you came back and when you joined season 2, what were the immediate differences that you felt behind the scenes on the set for season 2? Let's start with you, Emily.
Well, firstly, very different captain. I think we had just gotten used to Jason, and then all is revealed. So I think as a crew we felt a little shaky, not being able to trust the person that was leading us for so long. So I think we were a little hesitant of Pike for a second, and over he proved to just have our best intentions. So I think that slowly it made us stronger. We were getting more comfortable on and off screen as a crew, given a little bit more to do and more responsibility. So I think it was just a totally awesome, different season.
How about for you, Oyin?
I'll echo that. The main thing that did stand out for me was just my comfort level on screen and with the crew. First season was, where am I? What is this?
Yeah.
How do I say these words? And the second season was, okay, maybe a few less takes, but more comfort.
Well, the thing is, so in the first season, Jason Isaacs, Lorca, his command is out of fear. Okay, I mean, the bridge crew is scared of this guy. I mean, but Pike, you just when it goes around there, okay, what's your name? What do you do? What do you get? I mean, it's just you just feel this positivity. So, but it also, you can see that the bridge crew working more as a team. So, how did that sort of roll downhill? Because I really felt like in season 2 especially, the bridge crew, they were really working together. Let's get your take on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, as many of you probably know, I didn't actually join the bridge till episode 10.
Right.
So Ariam was played by the amazing Hannah Cheeseman. Big shout out to Hannah. But when I joined in the thick of things, right? So we had just had this massive loss as a team and everything else, and those last few episodes, I mean, those of you who've seen it, were some of the most intense ones that we've ever been through as a team. And I think, again, on and off screen, we all just kept bonding and getting closer and getting stronger and getting through with everything.
Well, what's your take on just how, especially with regards to, you talk about the language, doing a weekly show, an episodic series is a grind, especially when you have to get the tech down and make it sound natural. How do you do that?
You act like it's natural.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. I was pretending the whole time. It's what's great about set and just this whole environment is how it's very family oriented, and everyone makes you feel so safe. Like when you're working in here, everybody's so welcoming, and that's kind of what it was. So you just feel comfortable to do what it is that you do. So yeah, I hope I answered the question.
Yes, you did.
I just want to go back to one of your earlier questions, which was with Jason Isaacs. I know he was from the Mirror Universe and he's completely evil, but he really turned this science ship, Discovery, this young crew, into a very fighting, capable ensemble, like bridge crew. And so I guess we have to thank him for that, if we have to thank him for anything. But a lovely moment in season 2 with Captain Pike was when he surprised us all on the bridge saying, let's get a quick roll call.
Yeah, it's great.
And even you see the reactions on some of our faces, and we're like, oh, this is not what Lorca did to us. He didn't really care, he just wanted us to fight. So I think that was a beautiful moment for a chance for the bridge crew to really step up and being like, we're part of the team.
You know, the other thing I noticed too, and this is what I loved about, one of the things I loved about it is because there was so much more levity, there was more fun, definitely more energy. I mean, I don't know if you notice, I have a thing for energy. Energy is infectious, passion is infectious, but because there was more of a camaraderie on camera, there's also like the looks that y'all give each other. Like you all know what you're thinking, especially, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like something happens, you know, like you look at each other, you smile, you look at each other like concerned, like you don't need to say anything. But like I love that, because that's what makes it really feel like a true team.
And I think that's also because we're just so close off camera. I mean, we really are like a big family, so we know what we're all thinking in real life anyway, and so it all makes its way onto camera as well. So
the bridge days are the biggest days because it's the most actors. It's very technical. The shots are always super fun. We've got a crane coming in and out of the front screen. We've got our camera team is amazing, like steady camming all around the bridge over and over. And so I think us as a group bring a lot of energy, and as we get closer, we can share those tiny looks that I think the audience really picks up on, and it can be a split second, but if we really know what's going on or we really have perspective and an opinion about it, it lets the audiences into, you know, what we're thinking, because a lot of times it's just a split second, but we need to express, you know, our concern for what we're being told to do, or make a joke. It's, you know, it's like, oh, you know, she's off again. You know, it's like a really fun way to feel connected to each other. And I think it's those small moments that make a difference.
You know, the scenes on the bridge. I don't care how big your TV is, and mine's pretty big. And I got it seriously because of Discovery. I got a 60-inch because of Discovery. That's how committed I am.
Is it one of those weird ones though that's like
4K?
Yeah, it's too close.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's too real.
At home.
I'm like,
No way.
You went bigger.
I am quite happy. No, seriously, it's the real deal, and I'm happy to binge on it. I mean it, especially now that I know how it ends. But the point I was going to make here is that no matter how big how clear it is, how sharp, how high def and all that, nothing can prepare you for what you are on it. So, like, what is it like for you to be there, to be filming with the big cranes and the big sets, and you know, you gotta, again, like, you know, what's it like to be on the bridge, to be there on that set, because it's huge.
I still remember when I was cast as, well, because CBS was so tight-lipped about Discovery, with great reason, because everything was so new. I came in as a tactical officer. That's what it said on my audition sheets. And when I came to set, Sonequa was so warm and welcoming, gave me this big hug, and I thought I was just there for maybe 1 or 2 days, maybe a couple episodes, so I didn't know my actual involvement. But then when I got to the bridge as a diehard Trekkie, I was like, where do you want me to stand? And the assistant was like, this is your station. And that's when the penny dropped, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I was touching all the buttons, and touching all the screens, and going a little crazy. I'm like, I'm finding the torpedoes. It blew my mind. So every day on the bridge is just a gift. Because everyone is so lovely.
My nephews actually think that I work on a spaceship, and no matter how many times I try to say it's acting, they just don't get it. They'll listen to me, and then they'll be like, okay, so what's your starship like? And I kind of do work on a starship. So I'm like, you know, they're not wrong, and it's pretty cool. Like, it feels like you're really in a ship. It's like, they spared no details. It's like, it's really cool.
Well, okay, so Die Hard Trek. Okay. What was your entry point to Star Trek?
Okay, this might be a long story, so I'm going to give you the spark notes. In elementary school, there was a hobby store right across the street, and I went there against the rules of the school, and I saw these guys playing the TNG customizable card game. And that's even before I watched TNG, but I dug the game so much that I started collecting it, started playing it, and then flash forward when I was in university, at 11 o'clock every night was Voyager, and that's what hooked me onto Star Trek. Then I went back, watched all of Voyager, watched all of TNG, watched all of Enterprise, and I'm making my way through TOS. So I'm about 20 episodes in the first season.
Well, which one are you up to? 20 episodes in, so you're probably about, I would say, you're at the mercy.
Archon of...
Oh, Return of the Archons!
Return of the Archons.
You were on the body. Festival.
Balance of Terror, amazing episode. Roddenberry's vision, even like, you know, all the way back then, it's still so pure and it still stands the test of time. Like it touches your heart.
You know, the Balance of Terror, by the way, you know, if you have, because I know for you, obviously you know your Trek, that's obvious, but you know, and by the way, you know, feel the love. But you know, for some of you, it was like, okay, you knew what Star Trek was, and you kind of had to like watch like the best of the best to get the feel for maybe a couple of the different shows. But like Balance of Terror actually is a great companion piece, if you haven't seen it, to Discovery season 1, especially season 1. But because some of you didn't really have all this time, you know, your cast, it's like, great, I gotta watch 727 hours of Star Trek. Like, what was that like for you? Like, where did you begin?
Well, I'm still working my way through next gen. But I think for me right now, I'm just getting used to being part of the family of Star Trek, and that for me is closer than getting through it all. I feel so much love, and I feel like I don't even know what this means yet being on Star Trek. So I'm still unpacking that, and I'm still living in that.
This is what it means.
This is what it means, and I thank you.
Your entry point, to just get like a feel for it, you know, if you didn't know your history.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up watching Star Trek. I think I said this last year. I grew up, you know, I'm first generation Canadian. My family comes from Serbia. I grew up on shows like Branko Kockica and like other Serbian shows. But obviously I'd always heard of it. I'd mainly seen most of TNG, and so I started watching, and again, I'm still with everybody else. There's so much, it's so overwhelming. I remember getting cast, and I was like, okay. And at first, I kind of knew what I was auditioning for, but they have these code names, so I was like, whatever. And I auditioned, I'm like, this isn't gonna go anywhere, it's fine, whatever. And then I got the call, and I was like, okay, and they're like, it's Star Trek. I was like, sorry? Like, yeah, it's Star Trek. I was like, okay. And then I remember sitting down, I was like, Netflix. I was on Netflix, and I was like, okay, just typed in Star Trek, and I was like, boom, all this, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't even know where to start, because you know of it, but it's so, honestly, it was very overwhelming, and I was very scared. I was very scared because I was so afraid to let all the fans down, to let everybody down, because I didn't grow up on it. Suddenly I was like, oh no, I feel like a fraud. I don't know if I can do this. I mean, it comes with such a responsibility. And so I'm still making my way through. I haven't done TOS yet. Obviously I've seen episodes. I've tried to watch a couple episodes of everything. I remember my favorite episode that stuck out so far was Measure of a Man.
Oh, good one.
Oh!
Very good. Yeah.
I mean, and again, just the whole theme of the episode and everything, and starting off as Arium, and you know, watching all of Data and stuff. It was just, that episode just stuck with me, and I thought it was so well done. Everything about it, the writing, everything. So that's, and it's funny, I think I've actually watched it like 3 times now. I just really like, I know I should be watching other ones, but I keep coming back to that one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So wait, so what was it like for you to go from Arium to, you know, play completely different?
Listen, yeah, I mean, it was great, and it was crazy, and it was, I mean, I love Arium so much, and I think she's such an incredible character, and I loved everything. The prosthetics were amazing, because for me as an actor, I mean, like, my dream is to do something that's so far removed from who I am. to stretch all my capabilities and to challenge me and everything else. And she did, because you have to learn how to act with this thing, you know what I mean? You can't act through it, you can't act against it, you're kind of like a team. And so going from that, and from when they were like, hey, we have this new character, there's no prosthetic, do you want? And I was like, well yeah, I do, actually. And Nelson, you know, we're still developing her, I'm still curious to see, you know, what happens with her, but the transition was awkward at first, because I was suddenly like, okay, and Hannah and I worked a lot at the beginning of season 2 on Ariam, like the little things that I built, and then she took it and flew with it. So it's cool, it's weird, I mean, I think it's so incredible. There's been a few people, I mean, Ken on the show is like 2 characters, so it's so cool to be able to be in a world where, I mean, thanks sci-fi, you know, you can do one thing, then you can become something else, you can die, you can come back, it's just like, there's so many endless possibilities. So I'm so grateful for that, to be back on the bridge. I didn't know about the swap, I didn't know that I'd be coming back to replace Ariam at the end. That was totally new, and I was just like, what? This is gonna be crazy, but yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, one thing, I you know, just having Star Trek run so deep, you know, I was 6, I was 1974, do the math. I mean, the hair, it's a dead giveaway. But over the years between all the prior shows and the 13 movies, I think it is an I know, it's crazy. But it is an absolute foregone conclusion that one of the finest actors to ever grace a Star Trek stage is Sonequa Martin.
Yes.
So, Ronnie, I gotta like just get your take on just like what she brings, like what she's like, what she, you know.
On Queen Sonequa?
Okay, good start.
I mean, Patrick touched on it earlier, but she might be one of the most welcoming people you've ever met. I've been on a few sets, and it doesn't matter if you're craft, background, if you're on the cast list, she's greeting you exactly the same way. It's such an important role to be a #1 on a show. And she really sets a beautiful tone because she's so gracious. She's always level. She really is a light, and I think she really is a reflection of what Star Trek is. And again, I'm always going to come back to the energy that you all bring to this lovely convention, because I think it's what the world should be. And it's like, if you look around at the people beside you, you see everything. People are here like, all over the place. You got people looking different, and everybody is so loving and accepting and open and welcoming. And I was like, I was so blown away. This is my first convention, and I hope that the universe is not my last. I love you for that.
It will not be your last.
You're off to the universe, but yeah, and that's what Sonequa is, you know. And she is such a great catalyst to what this franchise represents, and I'm just happy to be a part of it and to be able to work with her. So yeah.
When Sonequa, I agree, is just a true #1 in every sense of the word. And when you instill that level of positivity to everyone, cast, crew, no matter what your position is, we as a family unit are giving our 110% to everything we're doing each and every day. We do long days, minimum 12 to even maximum 19 hours on set. We're tired, but we love what we do, and we're bringing our all, and I think that shows in what Discovery is. Such a strong family unit, cast and crew, but coming here, the word family has come up time and time again. All you fans come up to us for autographs or signatures or photographs, and you say, welcome to the family. And that means the world to us, because as storytellers, we are there to entertain you, to make you feel things, and it makes us feel so fantastic that it's being so well received. So thank you very much.
To many things isn't enough. You have on the bridge there with you. I have to say, in my 30 years in the business, I've never seen someone so genuinely nice as Doug Jones.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
We
my
literally
goodness.
talked about it. So fun.
I mean, taking, I mean, he is like so
It almost doesn't feel real, like the amount of love that guy has. Like, I've never been hugged so much in my life. My mom has not hugged me as much.
He's got big arms.
Oh my gosh.
Huggles, huggles.
Huggles from Douglas.
It's hilarious. Every time we jump on set, Doug jumps in my arms and like wraps his legs around me, and then I walk around the set real quick. He weighs about 50 pounds, it's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, Doug he's a ball of light. He is so amazing.
And I mean, for somebody who, again, similar to Sonequa, I mean, Doug and his incredible career and the amazing characters that he's brought to life, and he never, ever complains. Being, you know what I mean, glued in that prosthetic, the contact lenses that are the size of his eyes, the shoes that he can barely walk in. He is always, just like Sonequa, such a light, and I mean, we're in hour 15, he can only eat liquids throughout the day. Like, I mean, and he always brings the energy, and he's so lovely, and you know, hour 15, and he's still singing and dancing around the bridge, and it's just, he is honestly, I just feel like we're so blessed with, you know, the leads of the show, with everybody, but I mean, if it wasn't for them, I don't know how it is for you guys, probably the same, but I mean, I wake up every day and I'm like, I get to go to work and I love it. And even if it's like 5:30 in the morning, I'm just like, woohoo, here we go. And like, before the first take, we're all dancing and getting our energy up. And before the last take of the day at hour 17, we're still dancing and keeping our energy up. And it's honestly because of them, like they set the standard for that. And so we're all able to shine because of them.
Anson Mount has said that Doug really deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award for like an Oscar.
Yes.
I think we all agree and it's definitely good for that because he's amazing.
Well, to be in the Oscar-winning film The Shape of Water with Guillermo del Toro, that's close, he's getting there. He's definitely getting there. You know, over the course of these last, I would say, 56 years, because, yeah, Star Trek premiered in '66, but the first show, the first pilot with Pike as Jeffrey Hunter, they filmed that in December of 1964. Okay, that's how far back it is. But over the course of these years that Star Trek has been in production, I would say that no one knows more about Star Trek at this point, especially from a production standpoint, than Jonathan Frakes. Because hey, I mean, obviously, on camera as writer, he directed 2 feature films, episodes of Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and now, like I think 3 times, Discovery, including the one, you know, Christian one for you. So, as a director, what makes him unique?
I love Frakes so much. He is, it's nice to walk on set and really trust your director. All of our directors are amazing, so we have that luxury. But with Frakes, it's like he's not even directing because he's so natural at it, and he's such a performer and huge personality and fun and funny that he'll just come chill in the actors' like chairs and just sit with us, and we're like, it's a really nice relationship that has no divide.
He says our lines for us.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He wants to
tries
act.
not to.
Okay, but how has that guided you? Because he is an actor.
Right.
How has that guided you?
Because he understands what it means to be an actor. So he understands the things that we are able to do like that or cannot do or have or need time to do. And he's very, 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 very playful. I've adopted him, or more like he's adopted me as his godfather. So I have to say that.
And I mean, to add to that is that Jonathan has lived here. You know, he's a big part of Star Trek, and he brings that experience to us because, you know, he's like, well, he's been there, so he's like, you know, it's going to be this intense. He gets all up in it, and he's like all there shaking with us, and we're like, damn, man, like.
Yeah, the first time he came onto the show, he's like, oh, this reminds me of, you know, the old bridge. And just him saying that put things into perspective for me. I'm like, wow, he has been on the bridge for many years. And we're the new fresh blood, and just like, it's like he's passing the baton by directing us and sort of guiding us in such a thoughtful way.
And I think a common thread with the leaders of our pack is that everybody like vibrates the same way. Like everybody is very positive and uplifting and motivating. So it's a common thread that you'll hear with probably everyone you ask us about.
You guys can say what's
With Frakes, he's fantastic, and as an actor and as a director, you share a common shorthand, like vocabulary. So he could easily, with just a couple of words, guide you to where he needs you to be. And when you have such a level of trust with your director, you're willing to take more risks and put your heart on the line. And I think the camera captures that, and the performance is just uplifted to a next level.
Well, one of I mean, obviously Project Elias was a very crucial episode for Arian. Yeah, so what was it like, especially working with him on that one?
Well, that was actually Hannah. That was Hannah Cheeseman who played Ariam in the second season, so she actually worked with him. But I remember talking to her and she was just like, I'm sure it was an incredible experience for her as well. Such a big episode for her, and I mean, if it was me, I would have been really grateful that it was him for that episode, yeah.
Well, okay, so let's start taking questions from the fans. So right here, you're up. Nice uniform.
I talked to a bunch of you at the table, and I mean, I think I speak for everybody when I say we want to see more of you. We want to see more of your characters. So my question would be, like, if you get that episode where one of your characters like gets backstory, gets to go on a away mission, gets to do whatever, what is it that you want to see for your characters?
Great question. Let's.
Oyin, you want to fight?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You need to fight.
Yes, I need to fight.
Stunts.
I want to fight. Badly. That's what I want to see from my...
All right, Patrick, Ryan, I mean, what do you want to see?
I also want to fight. I don't know. You know, as an actor, you just want to sink your teeth into something, and I think we're all very grateful to be on Discovery. It's such a gift. But I don't know. It's just we'd love to do anything, you know. And we have such faith and trust in all the writers because they're doing such a fantastic job that we just have to have patience, and that's all it is. Because they're doing wonderful. So it's not a question of I don't know what I'm saying. I'll pass it on to another person.
No, but I'm on that as well. It's just, I don't know, you know, I try to think of like, what's the ideal, and then I think as actors you have like, oh, that dream scene you want to do, that's like, I'm like, but I don't really know the genre for this, you know what I mean? Like, but I think it's just what Patrick said, it's just something that, you know, we can really sink our teeth into, and like, that can challenge us as the artists that we are, that can like, challenge our instruments to do something that, you know, that's out of our comfort zone, or, you know, that has that traditional Star Trek comedy quirk, you know, anything.
Yeah, we get to see. Sorry. We get to see these moments between us, and we're mostly on the bridge. But our characters are living a life outside of that, and things that happen affect us. And I think that that's what I'm really excited about. With season 3, we just went through a very traumatic, epic, amazing ending of season 2. And as we stared out at the green screen at the end of 14, we didn't know what was happening. We just knew that something big was happening, and we were going somewhere. And we were going to the future. And so I think that is exciting in that we'll get to see how we've been affected by all of that stuff and where we're at.
I would like to go on an away mission and speak some different languages, is what I want to do. Use that communication skill.
Right.
So more
For it, yeah. You know,
Technobabble in like Spanish, go.
Next question.
You not only does this epic finale change the dynamic of the Discovery crew, but it changes the dynamic of really everything. Because think about it. So if the Discovery is 950 years into the future,
930.
930, is that what it is? Okay, 930. I was off 20 years, but damn, that is what, the 32nd century? Is the Federation bigger? Is it still around? Are there still starships? I know you can't answer this.
We're reading the scripts like,
Oh my gosh.
we want to know as badly as you.
Okay, well, I just add one question about season 3 is, how's it going?
It's so good.
Yeah, I just started this week, and it's just so good to be back. It's just great to see everyone. We land. Okay. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that we've read some of the episodes. I'm not going to tell you how many, and it's phenomenal. You're in for a real treat. And what's amazing, and I think what all Trekkies have been dying for, is what does the future look like? What's the technology like? What kind of alien races are? I remember watching Voyager the last episode and seeing future Janeway adding all those souped up mods to Voyager, and you're just like, yes, futuristic technology. So I think that's really exciting, and I think like there's an endless amount of possibilities out there. So
In the future, what did he say? Okay. You say that on every kind of no, but it's good. It's not just the future of the actual storyline of Discovery, but it's the future of Star Trek. Back in the 90s, the way you had so much going on with Next Generation rolling into DS9, DS9 rolling into Voyager, Voyager rolling into Enterprise, and I mean the 90s was obviously a very prosperous, no pun intended, time for Star Trek, but not like this. Like between Discovery, Lower Decks, obviously Picard, Section 31, the short Trek stuff with the Enterprise crew. Like you're part of a very big universe now, even separate from what came before. Like and Alex Kurtzman is sort of like has his head wrapped around it all. Like what's it like working with him, who's trying to keep it all going?
Him and Michelle, I mean, we were just chatting with Michelle, and she's like, the Post-its are like lined up, and I really don't understand how they wrap their head around everything and make sure that each character has integrity and all the storylines make sense and all the tech is right. I mean,
I just don't know physically like how it all fits in their head. Like there's so much going on, and how again talking about how wonderful everybody is and how it comes from the top. They're so lovely and they're so welcoming and warm, and have Michelle burst into the green room today just full of energy and light, and immediately everybody was like, okay, great, everything. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just so great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Both Alex and Michelle are true visionaries, and they're true lovers of all things Trek. As well as all the writing team, and it's their grand plan is to have Trek throughout the entire year. Like you can watch all this thing, and that's something to be super excited about. You won't have to wait anymore. You have so much content available. So if you don't like one show, you can turn into Picard. If you love Discovery, watch Discovery. If you want Lower Decks, go for Lower Decks. It's good. It's a fantastic time to be a Star Trek fan.
You ever, like, sit in the captain's chair and just, come on, I knew it!
No, I was just, because in season 1, there's an episode, and I can't remember which one, but where Arium, they say, like, Arium, you have the one or whatever, and I got to, like, sit in it, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so cool, and I was just like, I just want to, like, press all the buttons, I don't really know what they do. But yeah, it's incredible, and yes, okay, we have this massive green screen in front of us, but it doesn't take away from the magic of being on that bridge. Every day I remember you were talking about it earlier, but my first time on the bridge, and suddenly, same thing with Patrick, they kind of like put me in my, at my console and everything, and I was just like, wow, like, it's not what I expected. I mean, yes, it does look different than every other show and everything, but it's just so magical.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Echoing the first question, actually, that I was very happy to see more of all of you during season 2 than season 1. I was wondering if in season 3 you have more dialogue, longer sides. Do we get to know your characters outside of being just on the bridge?
Spoiler-free answer.
Yes or no question?
yeah, I think we're going to continue what we started in more. We got more personality. There were fun moments in the mess hall, and we got to connect with different characters. And I think they're going to continue to do that. And Alex and Michelle really consider us to be a part of the team and are trying to give us things to chew off and to give you guys a glimpse into who we are and what we're going through.
I don't think you wouldn't have fallen in love with Sonequa's character, with Stamets, with Culber, with everybody, the main cast, if they didn't devote that time for the first 2 seasons on the main cast. And so it's just, you just have to have patience. And when they get to the bridge crew, they'll get to the bridge crew. So, so hang in there. If you want to see more bridge crew, hang in there.
Okay, great question, great. By the way, nicely handled. Very, very nicely handled. All right, back here.
My question is, in seasons 1 and 2, which scene did you find the most personally rewarding to film?
Roll call for me.
Yeah.
Definitely roll call. Yeah, because a lot of people are asking for the bridge crew. A lot of people still don't know some of our names. So, yeah, I think that was a big one for me, is just to be identified as a part of the crew. And yeah, definitely the roll call.
At the moment, there are a few moments that, there are a few times it happened in season 1 and season 2 where we all stood up and, you know, said that we are Starfleet, or decided, you know, to bond together and affirm that we are Starfleet. Those moments give me goosebumps. You know, those moments are crucial to me, because then I know that I am part of this beautiful group of people.
Yeah, when in the scene where Pike's leaving the bridge, I think for the final time, and Sonequa stops and we all salute him, I'll never forget that. It was literally like we're all just filming it. It was actually such an emotional moment for everybody, and you know, it's also nearing the end of the season, and emotions always run high when that happens, and it's just, that was definitely the scene for me that really did it.
For me, it was the donut maneuver, because, you know, it was just cool. I was like, yes! I'll pull this one off.
Forget about the Corpo maneuver.
Yeah, and also the finale, like, I really think that we were thrown into this thing, and there's sparks flying, and it's 3 in the morning. Those were like the most exhausting episodes. There's haze everywhere. We're trying to keep we're bloodied and we're beaten, and it's been a long season. And I think that we just are like, now is the time to press the right button, like, and fly this thing to safety. And it's a lot of responsibility, and I think that it was just a really exciting and rewarding 2-part finale for me.
That was 3 in the morning?
It's always 3 in the morning, or 5 a.m. It's just...
It all runs together.
Yeah.
It's just a blur.
There's 2 moments for the exact same reason. One being was when Ariam sacrificed herself. That funeral scene, we shot that. There was over 50 extras, and we're carrying her casket, and you know, she sacrificed herself for the good of the ship. And the second moment was when the bridge crew and everybody else on Discovery surprised Burnham at near the end of season 2 and said, "We're coming with you to the future. You're not going at this alone."
Yeah, you're right. That was a good one.
Because, you know, I'm going to butcher this, but the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Or the one.
Or the one. There you go. That's what I mean. Plus.
I love, just on top of the ones that you mentioned, I just love at the end of season 1, Burnham's "That Starfleet" speech, right? That brings the feels.
I mean, those moments where we come together and say, yes, we are Starfleet, we are here for each other, and we're willing to do the hard shit. Oh, sorry, my bad. You know, actually, yeah, sacrifice yourself, or do the hard work for the good of the many.
Let's take 2 final questions. One right there.
Scott, first of all, great job moderating. You're doing an excellent job.
Yes, you are.
Ronnie, Emily, Oyin, Sara, wonderful to have you all up there together.
Thank you.
Sara, I do have a question for you. I kind of have to shift gears a little bit because you mentioned, I think it was somebody else playing your initial character further in. So, season 2 finale, and I hope everybody has seen it, because I don't want to get too much. The running through the corridor scene as such, and they go through the turbo lifts such, and then through the glass shattered. I'm like going, what was that experience all like? Like, how many takes did it take? That sort of thing, to put it all together. And of course, it scared the heck out of me, because I was like going, oh my gosh, but you're still a secondary character, so it's like anything could have happened to you.
It's true. Yeah, no, that was actually such a fun scene. It took, you know, our stunt people are incredible. That was the first time that I really did a scene. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm sorry. There were many bridge days too, with, you know, walls getting blown up and stuff. But we did quite a few takes. It took a long time to do that corridor scene. And you know, it was Tunde who's doing it, right? Yes. And it took time. It was super cool. And watching the stunt people do their stuff is just, I was like, yeah, I want to fight too. I let everybody fight. It's so fun. But no, it was really great. It was exhausting. And again, you know, so much haze, so much everything. Taking breaks so that we could go into like fresh air and stuff like that. But they take such good care of us on this set that, yeah, it was great. It was wonderful.
Okay, last question. Okay, real fast.
Yeah, it'll be quick. Whoever has a good answer. I work for a library, so I'm just curious, what's one book you think everyone should read?
The Alchemist.
I was about to say, oh my god! Yes.
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist. Yes, 100%.
She's writing it down.
The Motivation Manifesto, just real quick.
Yes.
Also, The Power of Now.
Very good. What about a good Star Trek book? I mean, come on. There's plenty. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this has been such a thrill to be here on the stage with the Bridge Crew. First time together at a convention. First time at a convention for you. I mean, look, high fives all around. High fives all around. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Discovery.
And we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed that panel. I know I did. And again, I am Heather Ferris, your unofficial host, and I am here with Fred and Rocky. And what did you guys think of that?
It was a lot of fun. I just enjoyed hearing more from the Discovery cast and kind of getting some...
We love the Discovery cast, and the Bridge Crew is kind of, you don't always see them doing, I mean, they're there. They're always there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's a lot of nonverbal stuff going on, but they're still doing stuff. You do it with a look or a wink or whatever. I mean,
right.
It's happened so quick and so almost subliminally on the show. But these guys are all in the show, and it makes the show more real to have them all there on that bridge doing stuff, and it's great.
I'm really looking forward to when Discovery gets to the point where we could start seeing all of their backstories. You know, we've been so involved with not just the captain of the ship, but also the entire crew of the ship, that I feel like in Discovery we don't get the backstory as much with our crew.
Yeah, we need more of the side stories for the Bridge Crew to get stuff in there. You know, maybe send a couple of them on the way missions, maybe just have them have talking at the disco party.
Right, just focus on them a little.
Or jog them down the hallways in the disco shirts.
Yeah.
But we love these people that we see, and they're more than just pushing buttons on the ship consoles.
We started seeing a little bit of that in the second season.
Yeah, they hyped it up a little bit more in season 2.
Yeah, so I suspect we'll probably see a little bit more behind the stories behind the Bridge Crew.
Yeah, I mean, Anson Mount's character, the Captain Pike, brought in a lot of, involving the Bridge Crew.
Yes, definitely. And it was cool too to hear how Frakes, when he directed Discovery, he was really, really helping them out. It was something like from the old Star Trek generation, teaching the new Star Trek generation, and the experience he has, the perspective that he has on this. It really added to the story and to the episode.
For sure. I mean, Jonathan Frakes is unique because of his acting background.
He's so amazing.
Where I think he carries a little bit extra authority.
Well, I mean, he's been there and he's done it, and he is an expert on being on a bridge crew.
Right, and they were saying he's a natural, he's very trusting, and it's
have an actor's director be the director. It's very helpful for the other actors.
Right, because he can explain in a way that they can understand completely. And then I also thought it was really funny too that they wanted to the crew wanted to see the communications officer actually travel and use his communication skills to speak different languages and everything. I thought that was a lot of fun and everything.
That is interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have any notes on Ariam?
I do. She really watched Data in order to work on her character and figure out where she was going, you know, they all had to binge watch the shows in order to figure out what was going on, because some
of them are still binge watching the
exactly,
shows.
they're still binge watching.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. They're like, okay, let's do this. Oh, there's 700 episodes. I have to watch all this.
You bring up the Netflix menu and like, oh my God. Yeah,
exactly.
good stuff. Good stuff right there.
Totally. But yeah, they were saying that she really, really watched data in order to figure out how to move, how to act, and how to sort of be that robotic, you know, character that she is.
And I have to, I mean, spoiler alerts aside, really loved Arian.
Yeah, she was amazing.
She was
really
amazing.
loved her.
And that episode where they brought the human character where you could see her before she was her.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
It's sad that just this.
It hurts. Yeah, it
Since we
hurts.
learn the backstory.
Yeah. We want the backstory of these characters, but we also want the characters.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Discovery writers, what the hell, man? Come on. Yeah, you gotta kill characters. That's just what it is. It hurts when you guys do that. I mean, I understand the methods and the reasons, but ouch.
Right. Well, I'm sure the actress doesn't mind because now she doesn't have to come in early to do
Right, you get the 4 a.m. makeup call. Yeah,
Right.
I understand.
Now she could just do her hair and her makeup and I'm done.
Voila.
We're here. Yeah. And then also the whole book thing, you know?
Everyone's got a book.
Everyone's got a book. And they said The Alchemist again. So that one came up a lot with a lot of panels.
Right. So refer to the video for the other book recommendations.
Right, you just got to watch all of the panels. I mean, that's just it. So is there anything else that...
Which panel, because we had a lot of Discovery panels today.
We had a lot.
Which one did we get the voice of the computer on? Was that this one?
No.
It was later. Okay, I'll save it for later.
Okay.
Because that was fun.
That was.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to add before we end this?
No, I think we've covered
That's
the
it.
highlights.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Next.
So just click next on the YouTube channel and go to the next panel.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that other jazz.
Exactly.
So,
go ahead.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. See you soon.